going to make people mad in this video. Yeah, I detest research logs in genealogy. In this video, I'm not only going to tell you why I dislike them, I'm going to show you my method that is a faster workaround for research logs so that I don't have to use them ever again. So for those of you who are like, I don't know why you're mad, let's talk about what research logs are, and then we can go through the next process. So a research log, according to Family Search, is where we document where you search and what has or has not been found. Okay, that doesn't seem like enough to get me riled up. So this is a research log. And in theory, what it's doing is containing information such as the repositories you searched in, the date you searched, your search goals, your search results and notes, if you keep those things, your citation and document numbers. Okay, what's the problem? Well, the first problem is these things are typically not where you do the rest of your research. They're in spreadsheet programs. They could be in Evernote. Some people do that. I don't want something separate, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But the other problem is the document number. Yeah, you know what's problematic about document number? When I inherited my mother's genealogy, she had these research logs and she had document numbers, but she didn't keep track of all the sheets because she had stuck it away for 10 years and then I got it and everything was disorganized. I don't know what the documents numbers were. And that's why this is a challenge. If you pass on your genealogy or you revisit it or you lose a box, everything is now a big old mess. I find that they're from the dark ages of genealogy. These are the days when we had to go into archives and scroll through microfilm and write letters and so on and so forth. That's not to say we don't do that today, but we have computers, and computers make my life so much more efficient. So instead of trying to save money by not reordering a film that you've looked at 5,000 times, in actuality, we have these online repositories that is a very good thing to go look at things again and again. Try new search strategies, try new methodologies to try to find the details about your ancestors. Many of these sites are free and some of them have a subscription that you can save up your research strategies and allocate your research dollars wisely. But it is a very good thing to re-immerse yourself in the records because you're going to find details that you missed the first time around. The other thing that has happened in the last 10 or 20 years is genealogy software programs have become extremely powerful and they've eliminated the need for me to have a research log. Instead, I can organize my searches and the results and the notes and everything that was in a research log in the past, and I can organize them in my software program. And if I have a search that resulted in nothing, I can keep track of that as well. There's no need for me to have a separate program to contain the research log. Next, I'm going to tell you the biggest reason why I don't like research logs, and to do that, we actually need to go take a tangent so you can understand where I'm coming from as a researcher. When I was in college, I worked for the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and we tracked travelers going through the toll road to either park at the airport or just use it as a toll road to get around the DFW area. That data went into a database, a master file, and from there we ran our analytical reports. Can you imagine the errors that would creep into our database and eventually our reports from which we use to make decisions for the airport if we did copy and paste and copy and paste and copy and paste? Yeah. So with this master file, we ran all our reports from there, and so the data stayed, I wouldn't say error-free, but as pristine as we could keep it. And if we found that there was a glitch in the master file, we can edit it there and then impact all following reports. Well, when I started doing genealogy the professional way, I was told I needed to create a research log. And it needed to have all the things that I said before. And from there, then I'm going to create a cited family record. So I need to put it into software. I just introduced a point in which error can be introduced into the data. And then I also needed to use that research log to then go write research reports. I don't like this method because this research log is entirely unnecessary. And I'm going to show you why. So my alternative to using research reports follows after I start with the genealogy questions. If you don't know how to start your research with a genealogy question, you'll want to check out this video in which I have a link in the description for you to go investigate. So good genealogy practice is to develop a question. Once you have your question, now, instead of putting it in a research log, I'm going to hold off and I'm going to think, what resources answer my question? And I created the research question cheat sheet to help me do this, just that. So what records can help me figure out where Peter Noland was born, or he died, or he married? And that is what I have here. Now, where do I put this? Well, to be honest, I just open up my cheat sheet and then I work my way through in my genealogy software program or with an online tree, depending on who I'm serving with my end product. But in any case, I will just have it open. But you could copy this into a Word document and go there. Or I'll show you later, you can add it to your genealogy software programs or online trees. So now that I know what could answer the question, I need to know if a record exists for the time and place I'm researching. And that's when I go to the Family Search Wiki, and I have a video that teaches you all about that. So I have taken off the records that I can't search because they didn't exist in the time and place that I'm researching. And now I'm going to take the records that I want to look at and create my to-do list. I can put it in Ancestry, I can put it in Family Search, but my preference when I'm doing a serious project is to put it in Roots Magic. So then I'm going to research, and I'm going to use every strategy under the world that I can think of. I'll create clue webs, which we have a video about. Check the links in the description. But I'm going to go do my research. If you need help figuring out how to come up with new search strategies, check out this video. Once I've completed my search, then I am going to make a note and track the citation of where I searched. So I have my to-do list, and now I'm going to go make entries in my genealogy software program. If I'm using an online tree, I'm going to attach a record to the online tree. If a record is found in a source that isn't on that platform like Ancestry, maybe I'm looking at an internet archive, then I'm going to create a web link and stick it into the online tree at Ancestry. But I'm going to craft my citations. I'm going to put it in one place that it's going to be from which I develop everything else. And then I'll start creating those things that you need. You can create the cited group sheets. You can create those from the Family Search platform, the Ancestry platform for your genealogy software. And you can also create narratives that, especially from genealogy software, which is the foundation for writing your research report. There's no need to have a research log. It's just extra work. So feel free to agree or disagree with why I like research logs and whether you should use them. Let's have a polite discussion in the comments section below. And if you want more tips on how to be a better genealogist, check out any of these videos.